Oh, what this chart is a weekly chart. We've got our 3 moving averages. Very simple, very calm, right? But let me show you what's happening. For many videos, we talked about this cross, the 50-week crossing the 100-week. It was a big move, and I told my students about it 2 months before we launched it here on YouTube. This was big in the fact that, hey, it's another signal that identifies that we've already bottomed. And watch this. If we zoom into the past move, 2014, 2015, we had a cross, then our 50 came down as rejection, and then we had our double bottom, right? We talked about this in our video. There's one concern is the speed. But look, simply put, we had a cross, rejection, bottom. Cross, rejection, bottom. That's it. Really simple. Now, present day, we had a cross. We're coming into our rejection, and we're going to be bottoming. Okay? Really simply put, we're still following this trend of 2014 to 2015, but one concern of mine is the speed, the time. Let me explain. What you see here is the structure from 2014 to 2015 is really identical to the structure of present day market. Meaning, when we had our first bottoming back here, we formed what's called our base, and we held that base for 280 days, and then we had a 3-day death cross, right? We talked about in our videos, and we called out that 3-day death cross. Monumental move. Present day, we had our bottoming, forming our base. 280 days later, we had our death cross and we broke. So structurally, we're pretty close to on par, around 280, around 280. This is where things get interesting. Look at our blue line here, which represents our 100-week moving average. From this point to our true bottom was about 1 month, okay? So after we broke our 100-week, it was about 1 month later till we formed our true bottom. Present day, from the break of the 100-week to the bottom, about a month. Very similar. And this is where things get a little bit different. We essentially hit the fast forward button on this recent move. Let me explain. Now we're going to measure it from our bottom to our rejection from the 50-week. From our bottom to the rejection of the 50-week, we're talking about 182 days. Present day, I believe it's 1/12. Where we are right now, the candle that we're in right now is 112. So we hit the fast forward button on this previous move. That's the one thing I'm going to be watching closely. Now, what that means is we essentially, this entire time, structurally, we've been on point. This recent moved 2 months earlier. We talked about in previous videos to watch this 50-week come down as rejection, but we weren't anticipating it being right now. It should have been in a few months from now. But that's okay. Structurally, we're still on point, and we need to watch the timing. The timing could be a blessing in disguise. It simply means the golden cross is going to come sooner than we thought, and prices towards the end of the year will go a little higher. We just fast forwarded through some very boring times, which is around these moves here, right? So everything is really good. Simply put, we're watching the green line. It's highly unlikely we have a candle close above that. Highly unlikely. So those of you that think Bitcoin is going to go to 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 in the next few weeks or month, it's highly unlikely. So we can be calm. We'll stay level-headed. We'll stay emotionless. Now we see the big picture. I told you it was very impressive. And now you can see, okay, I just need to watch this chart right here. It was the stars aligned, essentially causing this fast forward button. It wasn't by mistake. It was the stars aligned, meaning that MACD cross on the way up, the stochastic cross on the way up. These things haven't happened in over 400 days. Another thing that was monumental is coming back to our 20-week moving average. Now, this is a very pivotal moving average in crypto for the history, for the almost 8.5-year history. Okay, we talked about it, how it's extreme resistance, extreme support. But remember, we hit that fast forward button. We broke through this, and we talked about if we have a candle close above, I don't mean a wick, I'm not talking about a wick, a candle close above, we said it was a power move, and watch that move. So we did. Present day, we had a candle finally close above here, and we had a power move. We know it's a power move simply because we looked left. What happened last time this happened is a power move. We can zoom in here, and we see that when we finally broke above and confirmed as support with a candle, we went on a run. Let's do a just quick measured move here. We went on a run of 30%. So we had our finally break above, candle confirmed above, power move, 30%. And then you can see what followed. A dramatic fall, and we held resistance from this 20-week moving average. So that's what we expect in the coming months, not the coming days, but the coming months. So you can see power move. We had a candle close above here for the first time. Last time we went up about 30%. This time we went up about 32%. So very, 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 very similar. So simply put, this is what we're expecting.